This is real hot chocolate. I'm not joking. I'm not just doing this for the video. I love hot chocolate. Good evening, enthusiasts. I don't know if it's evening where you are, but this is a video about being cozy, and evening is just the most cozy, isn't it? You know, not night or afternoon or morning, but a nice sunset in the evening. Just the best. So cozy. Hot chocolate, a warm fire, fluffy blankets, squashy chairs, thick socks, gratitude, contentment, slightly out of focus string lights. If these words don't make you feel hygge, I don't know what will. Hygge is a Danish word that has no direct translation. It's a feeling of contentment and comfort, of coziness and connection. What word describes a feeling of the American holidays better? Can you think of one? Because I can't. But there is science behind it. And I got you, fam. So let's be curious. Hygge has a definition. A quality of coziness and comfortable conviviality that engenders a feeling of contentment or well-being, regarded as a defining characteristic of Danish culture. Even like the definition feels cozy. Not all Danes and Norwegians are hyggelier, but like the Irish pub for the Green Isles, the hygge has become a cultural identifier for Scandinavians. And it does seem to be working for them. Scandinavian nations are consistently rated in the top of the UN's World Happiness Report. So can you use the science of hygge to make you happier, more creative, more social? So let's break down hygge into its components and figure out why it feels so great. Hygge is characterized by warm light, organic and varied textures, natural materials, human connections, and of course intentional interactions and gratitude. Each of these things has an underpinning in science. Honestly, it's almost like the perfect storm of good vibes, so let's take one at a time. Warm light is a distinction of color temperature. Color temperature is something both physicists and filmmakers have in common, and it's rated in Kelvin. Just like with stars, higher temperatures are bluer and whiter, and lower temperatures are oranger and redder. Unlike with astrophysics though, humans think of red things as warm, and in that respect it's sort of flopped. I know I didn't invent it, even though we refer to it as warm, it's actually colder and light temperature, it's confusing. The sun clocks in at 6,500 Kelvin, so that's a nice baseline temperature. But when we want to relax, humans actually prefer warmer colors. Yeah, the sun is cooler. Warmer is to say more orangey. At the Korean Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, researchers used light temperatures and small body sensors to see how light temperatures affected people's heart rate and physiology. Those daylight, cooler, whiter, bluer temperatures like 6,500 Kelvin made people feel more alert. Meanwhile, the warmer, oranger 3,500 Kelvin light made people feel more relaxed. Candlelight and sunsets are even warmer light temperatures at 1,850 Kelvin, and this totally fits with hygge. Think about places you like to relax. Warmly lit rooms, cozy restaurants, pubs. Sometimes the effect is achieved with candles or fires, but it might also be with Edison bulbs or string lights. You should have seen my college dorm room, y'all. There were so many bistro lights and little globe lights of colors and stuff. It was crazy, and they were all wired to a remote so I could turn them on and off. I was the coolest, I thought. Warm temperatures are another tenet of hygge. What is your office temperature like these days? I wouldn't know, I work from home. But in the US, offices are recommended by OSHA to fall between 68 and 76 Fahrenheit, 20 to 25 Celsius. But honestly, that's probably too cold for you. A small study by Cornell found that people working at 68 degrees Fahrenheit made 44% more mistakes than at 77 Fahrenheit. Yeah, we actually work better when it's just a bit warmer. And there's a sex-based angle here too, in that men tend to cool offices down, whereas women prefer them warmer, and in this case the women have it right. It's actually better for everyone, even productivity. Avoiding the cold also has harder science behind it. fMRI scans of the blood flow in human brains found that when people hold things that are cold, the part of our brain connected to discomfort, the insular cortex, upped in activity. In this scenario, people judged others as more unfriendly, more chilly when they were holding cold things, and they would likely rate people more positively if they held warm things. Temperature is super important when being creative, socializing, and being open. When people were given little gifts for participation in a study, warmer humans, like people who were in like warmer rooms or whatever, were more likely to give their gift away, give it to a friend, suggesting if we're warm, we trust others more and we are more physically comfortable. We're also more generous. Warm things might make us feel less lonely, more trusting, and more open. There are a ton of connections of physical warmth to emotional warmth. In a study from UCLA, brain regions that indicate physical warmth underpin social warmth as well. This explains why people crave nice conversation and interaction when it's cold out. Research has also shown that looking at a fire can help with cognitive restoration, which is important after a long day spent doing focused work. Related to the temperature in your home or office, you're probably going to want to open up and chat more when it's warm and cozy inside, and that coziness reinforces social interaction and comfort. At the end of the day, our brains are pretty simple. Not simple in like construction, but in the way we look at the world. We talk about conversations, for example, as being smooth or heavy. That's a weird abstraction, like if you think about it. But we connect our physical perceptions to our intangible perceptions because they are, I actually can't believe I'm about to say this, they're easier to grasp. This is called embodiment. We use physical descriptors of non-physical things because we can better conceptualize them. So warmer light and warmer temperatures both help us cozy up physically and emotionally, because those are connected, and that encourages social behavior, which wraps us in this like emotionally comforting blanket. But that's not all that HYOO-GAH has going for it. It also is about sharing, gratitude, and interaction. The science behind the power of social interaction cannot be understated. We are social animals, and being positively social makes us feel safe and comforted. Intentionally sharing a space with someone adds to that. For those who might be more cozy, conversationally challenged, there are books and games designed to create the right feeling, and I'm sure you found a pub trivia night or a book club or something that helps you be cozy and conversate at the same time. And that leads us to the intentional interaction and gratitude part of HYOO-GAH. You could call it the HYOO-GAHist bit. HYOO-GAHist bit? A big part of HYOO-GAH is to share that cozy feeling with someone that you care about, whether that's a friend or a partner or a few of either of those, and doing it deliberately. According to a Danish survey, people believe a friend they can count on is more valuable than a little extra disposable income. And that is pure HYOO-GAH.
HYOO-GAH is very, it's just this baseline of safety and comfort, and there being enough time, and you either being alone and completely comfortable in your solitude, and which I am sometimes, and or that you're with people that you actually want to be with, and that you can feel that they actually want to be with you, and that they show that by not being on their phone, or if they're on their phones, like, let me show you this video, or let me show you this picture, so it's inclusive.
Online HYOO-GAH is characterized by beautifully lit photos of natural fibers and wood inside people's houses, and that's not far off, but it's more of a commoditization of the concept. The most HYOO-GAH thing ever is not actually a candlelit room padded with lamb's wool and filled with unlimited hot cocoa. It's more nuanced than that. Humans are more relaxed and in better moods in places lit with the sort of golden light produced by fires and candles. You know, 3,500 Kelvin or so. People tend to get along better with others and think more creatively under warm light and warmer temperatures, or around 25 Celsius, and varying the textures and surfaces in your home and breaking up things with softer and natural fabrics and materials are all gonna help you feel more cozy at home. They're gonna up your HYOO-GAH index. And all of these things are very HGTV, and I totally get that. But varying the textures and surfaces in your home and breaking up things with softer fabrics or natural fibers, those are gonna help you feel more cozy in your house. You don't have to scatter it all over the place, but in certain parts of it, it really does help. The most important bit is to share this with your friends or your partner.
You need comfort for HYOO-GAH to emerge. I can HYOO-GAH alone or with other people, but it has to be people that I'm comfortable with. If you are into extreme sports, then maybe you would find it boring, but maybe you would also like it if you had been out skiing and then you come back and then there's HYOO-GAH. Kinda.
Have people over to turn on a few warm lamps and just talk to each other. That's it. If you're doing that, you're HYOO-GAHing out.
And then you can be watching movies, or you can be reading together, or playing a game, or you can just be talking. It usually includes, like in the summer it would include cold food and drinks, in the winter it usually includes warm food and drinks.
HYOO-GAH can come with the smell of fresh cut grass or sunscreen. That totally does it for me. HYOO-GAH could be the feel of cool water or warm sand on your toes. It could be the sweaters, log cabins, and overstuffed couches of the Midwest and Pacific Northwest autumn, or rustic brick and rainy windows of the northeastern summer. It could be a sun shower in Florida, the sound of the ocean in California. It could be a cup of coffee on a cold day, or a Freddo cappuccino on a hot one. A summer picnic in the park is just as HYOO-GAH as a cozy fireside chat. HYOO-GAH isn't trapped in a wintry box, nor is it just one thing. It is way more than that.
Usually also includes, I believe, an aspect of time, of there being enough time. So we're not in a hurry when we hygge, when we do something hyggelig. Sometimes it can be boring if you're with people who think you should play a game you don't want to play, but then usually because the company is so good and because the whole atmosphere is hygge, it's still nice.
I'm home for the holidays, maybe you are too, and while I was here, Audible approached me and wanted to sponsor this video, so thank you to Audible. Because of that, you get a benefit. You can go to audible.com/trace or text TRACE to 500-500 and you'll get 1 free audiobook of your choice from Audible and 2 Audible originals. And if you get through 3 audiobooks before March 3rd, their 2020 excitement is you'll get $20 in free Amazon credit. That's right, 3 books before 3-3, get it, 3-3-3, and you'll get $20 of free Amazon credit. It's like a win-win. You get to listen to audiobooks, plus you essentially get free money. Just go to audible.com/trace or text TRACE to 500-500 to get your 30-day free trial of Audible. Maybe you want to go get some HYOO-GAH while you're home for the holidays. Go sign up for Audible and you'll be able to do that. Audible.com/trace, text TRACE to 500-500. If you do that, it tells Audible that you came from Una Dose of Trace and you support the show, and you're gonna get that free stuff. In 2019, I resolved to only read books by women, so as we round out the year, I'm enjoying Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. Highly recommended if you grew up in a small town or a suburb. It's gonna resonate with you a lot. If you're a human, it's gonna resonate with you a lot. Go check it out. You can use Audible for that. Maybe you wanna learn more about HYOO-GAH. Go ahead and do that. They have books on that too. So again, audible.com/trace, text TRACE to 500-500. You'll get those 30 days in a free trial, and you get to support Una Dose of Trace while doing it. You can't buy HYOO-GAH. You've got to make it for yourself, which is actually kind of the best part. Just remember to bring a friend, be a little warmer, and have a happy holiday. Thanks for watching. I am Trace. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the future. Where's my hot chocolate? There's really hot chocolate in here. I'm not just doing this for the video. It's just delicious. Ooh, steamed up my glasses.